The airbrush tool is very similar to the paintbrush tool, but it allows you to apply incremental amounts of paint to the canvas over time. So let's take a look at how it works. Just like the other painting tools, down in the tool options we've got the blending mode, which tells GIMP how your paint that you're adding to your canvas should interact with what's already there. You've got the opacity slider that determines how opaque or transparent your addition will be. You've got your brush option, so you can select the shape of your brush, the size of your brush on this slider. The aspect ratio of your brush will turn your circles into ovals, and the angle will determine the angle that your brush is held at. We can reset these. We've also got dynamics, which will affect how GIMP applies the paint based on the method you use for applying it. And we've got a number of options under there. We've also got apply jitter, which will apply a little bit of randomness to your lines. And we've got the smooth stroke option, which will help smooth your lines out. These options are covered more in depth under the other painting tools like the pencil and the paintbrush tool. So if you'd like more information about them, you should check out one of those tools. Now, what makes the airbrush tool unique is that it applies paint at a rate of time. So we've got these two sliders down here. The rate tells GIMP how often it should apply the next layer of paint, and the flow tells GIMP how much paint should be applied to each layer. So they both work in combination to determine how fast paint gets on the canvas. For the smoothest addition, you should have a fairly high rate and a fairly low flow. If you come over here and you click and hold the mouse, you'll see that the circle slowly darkens in. If we turn the rate down, what we'll see is that the rate is incremental. We can see each step of the increment. So we could turn the flow up and have the rate down, and it would apply paint at the same speed, but it would use fewer larger steps as opposed to if we turn the rate up and turn the flow down, in which case it would use more smaller steps. So you get a smoother addition with a high rate and a low flow. Now, if you want it to function almost exactly like the paintbrush in incremental mode, you can check this motion only box, in which case the paint won't be applied as a function of time, but rather it will only be applied if the mouse is in motion. So if I click and hold, it will not continue to darken. It's only when I start moving the mouse around that additional layers of paint will be applied. So these are the basic functions of the airbrush tool.